Okay. Good morning, everyone. And I really intend to make this session one of the most knowledgeable session. And I will not, let you assume anything. Neither shall I assume anything. I will put forward all the facts so that you're able to relate with facts. And it should not be that you blindly trust me what I say. No, not that way. I will put forward all the facts and I will give you a choice to take the call, and accordingly you can plan your trades. So the best part about option selling is, the options are hedging instruments which give the underlying option buyer and seller an opportunity or what you can say capability to manage their risk. Okay, so this is very, very important. Let me take an example. Okay, let's take a very small example, like a very huge firm, like mm, you know, uh, which is heavily dependent upon crude oil prices for the products. For example, the let's say oil marketing companies, or for that matter, let's say IT companies, which are which have 60 to 70% of their revenues coming in US dollars. So if they want to mitigate risk of very high price movements, or if the crude is moving like 15-20% in a single week, how do they manage their risk per month? Because at the end the customer is not happy. For example, if you are going to a shop, a regular customer of a particular, or you're a regular client who is going to the petrol pump, and one day you find the petrol trading at 60 rupees, the next day you are it is selling for 100, and then very next day 120. So this is something where you will not be very happy. But there is one more petrol pump nearby you who is consistently able to deliver the petrol at the same price for very long time. So the only difference between the two vendors is the one guy has hedged his position, the other one is not able to, and thus he is able to maintain the price. So option basically is a hedging instrument where you pay a nominal premium to ensure that in case of any uncertainty, you are not getting trapped. So this is the underlying nutshell or underlying definition of option, which is a derivative of an underlying asset. So options can be traded in any asset class. Like you find options in cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum. You find options in Nifty. You find options in Bank Nifty. You find options in quality stocks. There are around 190 plus stocks which are trading in FNO segment. Then the commodity, you can trade options of crude oil, you can trade options of natural gas, you can trade option of gold, silver, and other commodities. Now, there are two people involved when there is an option trade happening. Option is a contract, and to sign a contract, you need two people, right? So there is an option buyer and there is an option seller. So option buyer is the one who is paying you the premium. Okay, that bhaiya, I am giving you 500 rupees as premium to ensure that if the crude price, goes above 6,000 rupees a barrel, then you will have to pay me. So, for example, you bought a 6,000 call strike price, and say suddenly, crude went up to 7,000 rupees a barrel. That is where, you can exercise this option that you bought for 500 rupees and save yourself from the additional 500 surge in the price. And the option seller is obligated. Option seller is obligated that he will have to, respect that contract he signed. So as an option seller, we are offering the opportunity to the option buyer to buy the contracts from us. Now, why option selling has an edge? The reason why option selling has an edge is because 65% of the options, all the out of the money and at the money option, expire worthless. So the probability of you making money as an option seller is high if you go statistically, right? Like 70%, 65 to 70% options are expiring worthless, which simply means that you already have an edge in compared to an option buyer. So the moment an option buyer buys a contract, the probability of him making money is less than 50%. Okay, but as an option seller, you get that statistical edge that you have an advantage that 65% of the options shall expire worthless. So the probability in your favor is around 65%. Okay, so this is the first advantage. The second advantage as an option seller is the option Greek theta that we discussed in the last session is something which is always working in your favor. So I showed you, right? I showed you the theta decay on the call premium and the theta decay in the put premium. So even if the प्राइस रिमेन्स फ्लैट, अगर कुछ भी मूवमेंट नहीं होगा अंडरलाइंग असेट के प्राइस में तो भी आपको बेनिफिट मिलेगा. दिस इज द सेकंड स्टैटिस्टिकल एज that you get as an option sell. So these are few things which you can bank on to make money or reliably make money from the market. There are definitely some risk associated with option selling. We will talk about that. I have a dedicated slide to talk on that. But still, if you go by the numbers, the probability of you making money is on the higher side in comparison to an option buyer. So this is the statistical edge that I am talking about. I'm not talking about the chart setup and stuff like that. The statistical edge that you have is that as an option seller, the probability of you making money is 65% because 65% of the options are going to expire worthless. As an option seller, you will receive the entire premium the other guy has. The other advantage that you have as an option seller is the option Greek called theta is the decay. The decay that happens in the premium will be in your favor, right? So these are two things that are always in the favor of option sellers. Okay, now let's go to the next slide and you know we will see the following topic. What is option writing or selling? When should we write option and choosing the strike price? This is very, very important. Which strike price to choose? What are the risks associated with the option selling and different option strategies and how to dynamically adjust in case of the trade goes against us. So these are the agenda that we are going to talk about today. And I think ये इसका header गलत है farustocks.com होना चाहिए. I'm not sure how it is farustocks.com. ठीक है, but no problem. So guys, whenever the market is trading, there are three possibilities, right? The possibilities are the price can either go up, the price can go down, or price can move sideways. इसके अलावा चौथा कोई possibility है ही नहीं market. So as I was saying at the beginning of the session, we are not going to talk about relying on me anything blindly. You just focus on the possibilities, you focus on the statistics, and you will work on the numbers, how we can improve the profit factor or how we improve the POP. POP means probability of profit. So there are three possibilities. The price can either go up, the price can go down, or the price can remain in the sideways. मतलब market ऊपर जा सकता है, market नीचे जा सकता है या range bound रहेगा. These are the only three possibilities in the market. There is no fourth possibility. Right now, as I was talking about the statistical edge, the option buyer has a statistical disadvantage when he buys option. Only one possible scenario out of the three benefits the option buyer. So, for example, if you bought a call, you will make money only if the price goes up. If you bought a put PE, you will make money only if the price goes down. But if you're an option seller, even if the price doesn't go up or doesn't go down, okay, it remains sideways, you will still make money. So this is the statistical advantage that you have as an option seller. Very, very important point to understand. Okay, so this is the statistical advantage that you have as an option seller. Okay, so very, very important to understand this point. In other words, 2 out of 3 scenarios benefit the option seller, right? Even if the market is in sideways direction, he will make money. So 2 out of 3 scenarios are favorable for an option seller. Besides, this is the natural statistical edge. If the option seller also has a good market insight, then the chances of the option seller being profitable are quite high. Okay? फर्स्ट द बिगेस्ट एडवांटेज दैट यू हैव एन ऑप्शन सेलर इज कि उसको सेल करने के लिए पैसा ज्यादा लगता है. सो वंस यू इन्वेस्ट अ लॉट ऑफ मनी, लाइक इफ यू इन्वेस्टेड 2 लाख रुपीज, ये 2 lakhs में आप मैक्सिमम 4 to 5 lots you can play. If you're playing with 4 to 5 lots, the probability of you making the losses are also on the lesser side, right? Because we are selling out of the money option. So if like say 30 rupee option becomes 60 or 70 rupees. So say let's say we lost around 40 points ka loss we took. 40 points loss with 5 lots. It's like 125 quantity. It's roughly translates into 5,000 rupee loss. Okay. But as an option buyer with 2 lakh rupees, you can buy you can buy like somewhere around 5, 6, or maybe 20, 30 lots as well with that amount of capital. So suppose with 100 rupee option, with 2 lakh rupees, you can buy, 2000 quantity. And with 2000 quantity, God forbid, if lose around 40 points, it translates to 80,000 loss. So automatically, as an option seller, you are automatically going to manage the risk because capital requirements are on the higher side. So this is another advantage that your risk automatically gets managed because of the fund requirements. Okay. Now, what is the most important thing when you talk about the options? You need to understand what is in the money options, at the money options, and out of the money options. And even if you don't understand this in the money, at the money, out of the money, you need to understand whether they have intrinsic value or time value. Okay. So intrinsic value is something which is having some money, for example, as I was referring to crude. So suppose you bought crude oil ka call. Okay, call European. CE stands for call European. PE stands for put European style. Now suppose you bought 6,000 call of crude, and crude goes to 7,000. So 7,000 translates to 1,000 rupees delta. आपने कॉल बाय किया है 6,000 का और क्रूड का प्राइस 7,000 चला गया. सो दिस ऑप्शन हैज अ इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू ऑफ 1,000 पॉइंट्स. ठीक है. सो एज द ऑप्शन गेट्स डीपर इन द मनी, इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू इंक्रीजेस, एंड द टाइम वैल्यू इज समथिंग which is the contract has some time value. For example, even if you're buying at the money option, intrinsic value is 0, but you have the time value. Okay. So it's very, very important to understand that, in the money option have intrinsic value and time value. At the money option has 0 intrinsic value and the time value is maximum for the at the money option. And you need to understand that कि जो भी बड़े players होते हैं, जो भी big institutes होते हैं, they are always focusing on at the money options. So if you want to get an insight what the big players are doing, you need to see what is happening at the money option. ठीक है. Big players are not interested in selling 50-40 rupees option like us. Okay, they have plenty of money and they are the market movers. Market movers are the people जो आपके बैंक निफ्टी में 100,000 पॉइंट्स, सॉरी 200-300 पॉइंट्स का मूव आ जाता है 5 मिनट्स में. These are not possible by retail traders. These are done by the market movers. ठीक है, the big players. And out of the money option also has the 0 intrinsic value, and the time value here is the on the lesser side. Okay, so every option has some intrinsic value and time value. So but this intrinsic value for at the money option and out of the money option is 0, and as an option seller हमको इन्हीं पे focus करना है, at the money and out of the money options. We rarely or we never sell in the money options. ठीक है. Why? Because in the money options में time value gets decreases. अपने को तो क्या चाहिए, time should work in our favor. So if you want to the time to work in your favor, we talk about the at the money options and out of the money options. Okay. Now, is this clear or any questions around this?
No, Vinay.
Yeah.
Clear, sir.
Yeah. So अपने को एज एन ऑप्शन सेलर, अपने को भैया है ना इसको बिजनेस जैसा ट्रीट करना है. इट्स वेरी सिंपल. अपने को पैसा कमाना है, थोड़ा कमाना है, सुकून से कमाना है. 1%, 2% ROI is not bad. This is something which I am tired explaining to people, लेकिन उनको समझ में नहीं आता है. ठीक है. आप जितना रिस्की ट्रेड लोगे उतना ही आप एक दिन कमाओगे, 2 दिन कमाओगे, तीसरे दिन अगर आप यदि गवा देते हो, इफ यू लूजिंग आउट दैट हार्ड अर्न्ड मनी दैट यू मेड इन 2 days, in just 1 day, it doesn't make sense at all. So you make 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 2%, 3% ROI. You should be very proud of yourself. And you should be very happy and content with those profits. Okay? Yeah, definitely. It's not that, Fadu Stocks was known or and is also still known for option buying. ऑप्शन बाइंग भी करना है अपने को, लेकिन क्या है, आप स्कल्पिंग करो, आप छोटे छोटे ट्रेड्स लो, क्विक ट्रेड्स लेके यू bank on that opportunity. As an option buyer, if you're waiting to, make 30,000, 40,000 in one single shot, it doesn't work out most of the time. Yeah, but on the days of expiry, 100 रुपए का option 200 रुपया हो जाता है, 300 रुपया हो जाता है. At that time, you can take some nominal risk, and that risk pays off very, very well. ये देखो सुजय भी आ गया है. Sujay is very good scalper as an option buyer. He never sells option, but he's into scalping and to option buying and does quite well. So that said, another guy, Ronak, he is also an option scalper. Mecca is an option scalper. Rona Pandya is the option scalper. These all guys are, into. I personally also do a lot of scalping. Because scalping में जब है आप फटाफट जब मूव मिलता है, आपको एक रेंज ब्रेकआउट होता है, आप फट से एंट्री लो, आप 20-25, आपको 10 पॉइंट्स भी कैप्चर हो जाए विद 300 400 क्वांटिटी, that translates into very good money. Your job is done in a fraction of a second. So this is very, very important. Option selling helps you for positional because you are banking on time decay as an option seller. But if you're an option buyer, the time is your worst enemy. Every second that passes or every minute that passes, your option premium keeps on decaying. So keep this thing in mind that we are not just option sellers. We will also buy options, but on the brink of an opportunity, we will take that buying opportunity. Okay? So we will do both option buying as well and option selling as well, but the statistical edge is always with the option seller. Okay? So keep this thing in mind, and whenever we plan to choose to sell options, we will be choosing at the money and out of the money options. I know few people bhai, on the Twitter. I have seen these people. For example, where is Bank Nifty trading right now? Bank Nifty is trading around 42,200 के आसपास में play कर रहा है. What are the chances of Bank Nifty hitting 44,000 by Thursday? Very less, very, very less. Or for that matter, what are the chances of Bank Nifty hitting 40,000 in next 4 days? ठीक है, no major event is coming up, there is no such bad news or anything, HDFC has delivered a decent result. So कितना भी बड़ा moment आए, hardly I am expecting like 500,000 या maximum 2,000 points का range. So for example, Bank Nifty is currently trading at say 42,200. So if you are an option seller, these guys, sell like 25,000, 30,000 quantity of 40,000 PE they will sell, and they will also sell 44,000 call. So if with even with 1 crore capital or 2 crore capital or 5 crore capital, if they're selling 50 60 lots or 30,000 40,000 rupee quantity of, and if they are getting like 20 rupees also, 20 rupees the premium for 40,000 call say and 44,000 call, that translates to 6 lakh rupees. 6 lakhs rupees in just one Thursday. It's a very life-changing money, I would say. So these option sellers on the internet are not the guys who are doing crazy shit like retail traders who are, buying 100, 200 rupee option and trying to sell it at 500, 400. These big players on the internet or Twitter who are making, 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 25 lakhs. These guys are someone who are selling deep out of the money options where the chances of they losing the money is very, very slim. And they will always deploy a, straddle. For example, if the PE rises 30 rupees, then CE shall decay 15, 20 rupees. Right? So this is how they plan all the big money that is shown on the internet is done by selling. You check any video of PR Sundar or you check any other guys. They are mostly into selling deep, deep, deep out of the money options where their probability of profit is more than 80-85%. I will show you with examples. Okay, what I am talking. Okay. Now the very important thing which impacts the prices. For example, say let's say to day before yesterday the CPI inflation data was about to come. So in such cases, or if there is if there is something which is event kind of thing. So in such scenarios, the option, the prices of these options are overpriced. Why? Because of the underlying implied volatility that can come into picture. For example, if there is a RBI meeting tomorrow, So option prices will automatically, move on the higher side because this is the expectation of the people of the underlying, volatility. For example, if there is a meeting by OPEC. OPEC is the oil producing companies, and that is the Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, and all of these, Iraq, Iran, all Middle East countries. They have a OPEC meeting. So these are all the oil producing countries, and they meet up for telling the world that how they are planning to, how many barrels they will, fetch from the sea or fetch from the reserves, and accordingly the entire global market adjusts itself for the crude prices. So, for example, if there is a meeting like that, or for that, if there is a RBI meeting which will decide the interest rates for the coming sessions or coming quarters. So in such case of event days, there is the option prices will never be the same. It will change. And why this change? So this is because the volatility, the underlying volatility, or it's called the historical. For example, onion prices are trading at say 20 rupees a kg entire year, but suddenly, they go up to 60 rupees a kg. So what is the historical average price of onion, say 20-25 rupees? But because of the, some bad news, the price goes up. This is because of the implied volatility. So similarly, if there is some major event, अगर कोई बहुत बड़ा event होने वाला है, so in such cases, the option prices will shoot up like anything. So in such cases, the option seller is always at a disadvantage because क्या होता है? Your option prices, the 20 rupee option, even if the market goes down and you have sold call, still the market, your option prices will go up. Why? Because of the underlying implied value. If there is election results coming up or something, if there is a major event, so this is where the option prices are overpriced, or they are about their historical range. Okay, so if there is some major event about to happen, in such cases, the implied volatility shoots up, which goes above the historical volatility, and implied volatility usually refers to the current situation and sets the expectation for future volatility of the underlying stock or index. So what it means is, कल क्या होगा? What will happen tomorrow? The outcome of tomorrow's meeting or announcement will have a huge impact in the price movement of the underlying asset. So as I was saying, if the OPEC countries are planning to, cut the oil production. So if they're planning to cut the oil production, automatically what will happen? The supply will come down. If the supply comes down and the demand remains stable, automatically the price will start shooting. On the other hand, if the countries say, no, we will increase the production, हम लोग oil production और बढ़ा देंगे. So in such a situation, what will happen? The demand is stable and the production is increased. So the price will start going down. This is exactly what, drained the Venezuelan economy. Okay. So Venezuela was one of the richest country, of the South America, hardly like 10-12 years back, when the crude was trading around 100, per barrel. And suddenly, when the collapse happened, the crude price crashed and went into negative. That is where all the reserves this Venezuelan government had, wiped off in a fraction of a second. So within in just 2 years, Venezuela, from being one of the finest countries of the South America, became the worst performing country of the South America. Only reason was they were not hedged against their positions. They did not have any hedging machinery in place to manage the risk associated with the price fluctuation, because their entire economy was dependent on the oil, and the oil prices went negative. मतलब $0 के भी, मतलब अगर आपको ऑयल बेचना है, मतलब आपको ऑयल रखने के लिए भी आपको पैसे देने पड़ेंगे लोगों को, मतलब आप फ्री में भी नहीं दे पा रहे हो. आप लोगों को पैसा दोगे कि भैया मुझसे आप 1,000 रुपए ले लो और एक बैरल 1,000 रुपए भी लो और एक बैरल ऑयल भी ले लो. ठीक है. So this was the situation when the the entire country of Venezuela collapsed. Okay, so this is what happens if the IV is higher than the HV, it means the premiums are higher. So कभी भी जब आपको ऐसा लगा कि यार आज प्रीमियम बहुत ज्यादा हाई है, the premiums are really very very high, it doesn't mean it's an opportunity to sell. As an option seller, you should be fearful of having the higher IV. ठीक है. Higher IV is the दुश्मन or enemy of an option seller. If there is a major event, As an option seller, the best thing you should do is go away. Cut off your position and wait for that event to occur. Let the RBI governor announce the rates, and that is where when you can jump in and again try to deploy your strategies to make money. Okay. So there are some facts about IV, which is very, very important. As an option seller, you should be aware. Uh, IV or the implied volatility is the measure of the uncertainty in the market. So if there is some major event happening, we know, and nobody knows if BJP is going to win or Congress is going to win. That is the reason of uncertainty in the market. And if the IV, the implied volatility is higher, means the option prices will be on the higher side. IV increases before events or when a stock goes down quickly. IV decreases after events or when a stock goes up or moves slowly. So, for example, Infosys का result था, right? After the before the Infosys result, the option premium, both the call and put spiked up. Okay, and after the event, they both of them fell, right? When the when Infosys opened around flat, and for some time it also went into the rent, if I'm not wrong. That is where both C and P दोनों के premium collapse हुए. They went sharply down. And then slowly and gradually, when the market started bouncing, as the Infosys started a recovery path wherein it went 2.5% up by the in point at one point of the day. Still, I would say even when Infosys moved 2.5%, some out of the money options were still trading red for Infosys. So that is the major thing that you need to understand. That is where कभी कभी आपको क्वेश्चन आता है ना, अरे यार इन्फोसिस 2.5% ऊपर हो गया लेकिन मेरा ऑप्शन तो वो ग्रीन ही नहीं हुआ. Why? Because that option was already trading at a premium before the event. कोई रिलायंस का रिजल्ट आने वाला है, टीसीएस का, इन्फोसिस. So before the results, the IV of the option prices spike up. As a result, the options are trading at a higher premium. So that is where you have to understand that as an option seller, before going into some major event, you should cut off your positions and take trades accordingly. Now there are other things which are very, very important. IV usually falls on long weekends and Fridays. So it's always a very wise idea that if you're going into for a holiday, or if there is a holiday in the, for example, if there are 4 trading days in an expiry, weekly expiry has 5 days, right? But if there is, you find a week where there is a weekend in the, there is one holiday in the week, and top expiry has only 4 days. So in such cases, you can create strangles or based on your setup. For example, FPS gave a buy signal on Friday before closing. So on that day, you can have safely sold 42,000 or 40,500 or 41,000 call, and you could have got into that trade. But as I said, there was another major event over the weekend, HDFC Bank result. So it was quite safe to, stay away. I would prefer to take the trades on Monday when the market opens rather than, trying to, what you can say, uh, judge the results. Okay. So this is something which you also can work out well. So on a normal day, suppose if say let's say next week, if there is no major event, market our setup has given a buy or sell signal. So accordingly, we can follow our setup and take trades. Okay. So IV usually falls during Fridays and long holiday due to weekend effect. Okay. So what is the weekend effect? The weekend effect is that the theta decay over that period of time is commonly. So if you see many traders on the Twitter, they are they post a screenshot at 9:20 a.m. saying that their job is done. So what they do is they are eating the premiums. They don't wait for the entire day. Don't spend the entire day for trading. अब वो आते हैं 320 325 को, they will sell a straddle. Okay, and morning में 9:15 को market open होगा, within 5 minutes they cover their position. So even if they get 20-25 points with 10,000 quantity or 5,000 quantity, that translates into really good money. So if you're trading with say 10,000 quantity Nifty option and you got a decay of say 20 rupees, that translates to roughly 2 lakh rupees. Even if you're trading with Bank Nifty options and you get a decay of 60-70 points or 80 points, that is where you are making another really good money with the options, right? So this is something as an option seller. Many of them, Bandi Shreyas is one guy, if you are following on Twitter, who does that very, very consistently. So wherein, he is booking profits in a fraction of a second and he's done for the day by 9:20. So everyone has a strategy for playing the markets, right? Now, another thing is the volatility index or India VIX. So, as an option seller, if the option VIX is trading below, I would say 20 or sorry, trading below 15 is something where, as an option seller, you can gauge that the market is not very volatile. But as an option seller, if your VIX is trading above 18, 20, that is then you have to play very cautiously for handling the situation, right? In such situation, the market can, play out really, uh, what you can say, in a bad way, wherein you are not able to handle the stuff, right? So this is very, very important for you to uh, as an option seller to keep track on the volatility index, which is India VIX. So anything below 16, 15 is considered to be a low VIX, and anything above, 18, 20 means the market can be very, very volatile. Okay. And where do you check that India VIX? I will show you that as well. Okay. Now, as an option trader, this is a blessing, I would say, for people who are, who are looking for trading as a full-time career. Okay. Earlier, guys, people had to wait an entire month to enjoy the DK. But since weekly expiry trading started, they can rely on this trading as a full-time source of income. And this is the reason why, because due to which there is lot of volatility in the market as well. Earlier, Nifty में 60 मतलब Nifty में 0.5 से 1% का move was like a glorious day, I would say. Nifty hardly moved, 0.3% to 0.5% in a single day, and it used to, you could see 1% or 1.5% move hardly in, like, 2 to 3 weeks में कभी आपको 1% का move दिखता था earlier, you know. But now, right now, 1% is like cakewalk, 150, 200. Abhi on Friday also, Friday also we saw, like, from the lows of 77, it went up to hit a high of around 150, 180 points up move in the from the downward. So 1% recovery from the bottom. ठीक है. So this is very, very important as an option seller. Weekly expiry में अपने को जो है ना, काफी life changing money can be made on consistent basis as an option seller, right? So ये बहुत important concept है कि ये weekly expiry is a big boon for people who want to have trading as a full time income, because they get weekly earnings. Weekly आप अगर आप 4 से 5%, 3%, 4%, 5% weekly निकाल लेते हो, what else do you want in life? You can be in any part of the world. You can be at any place in India. Take trades, get your money out from the market, keep on consistently withdrawing, meeting your expenses, and keep on enjoying your life. Okay. So weekly expiry, but the only disadvantage with the weekly expiry is that because of the weekly expiry, there is a lot of volatility that is induced in the market. Now, these option sellers are the ones whose huge money is at stake. For example, okay, let's assume an example. Okay, you are a guy A, and I am guy B. I have invested only 10 rupee in a particular scheme of government, and say you have invested like crores and crores of rupees in that government product. So whenever a guy who is investing crores and crores of money in a government scheme, he obviously knows the market, or obviously knows the government scheme much more than us. ठीक है. Because ये जो बंदे होते हैं जिनके पास पैसा है, वो they are not some Tom, Dick and Harry who is having money and who is playing blindly. He has hired some of the finest brains in the world, and in India as well. वो उनको ऐसी सैलरी देता है जो हम मतलब 90% of the Indians, or you can say 95% of the Indians, are not in that salary bracket. So he has hired the brains, he has quality softwares, he has a team that does the analysis for him before he deploys such big amount of money. So you always have to sit with the strong hands. Strong hands के साथ आप रहोगे तो आप चीजों के कंट्रोल में रहोगे. If you are with the weak hands are retail traders. So जो 9:30 से 10 के बीच में जो मूव आता है, ये सब रिटेल लोगों का काम है. सुबह हुई नहीं कि मार्केट खुली नहीं कि 2000 क्वांटिटी, 500 क्वांटिटी, 100 क्वांटिटी लग जाते हैं धंधे पे टू फाइट द मार्केट, एंड दैट इज वेयर दे स्क्रू देमसेल्व्स. ठीक है. सो 9 to 9:15 to 10 is a time I don't say you cannot make money at that time. Definitely, maybe most of the time 10 बजे के अंदर ही मेरा target हो जाता है hit. But you have to be in that situation or analysis mode that you need to see what the retails are probably doing. And उसका उल्टा ही होगा mostly. If the retails are buying calls, this means the big people are selling the calls. So if the big people are selling the call, this means the market has to go down. On the other hand, if the retails are buying put, okay, तो क्या हुआ फ्राइडे को मार्केट नीचे खुली, रिटेल्स ने अंधाधुंध पुट बाइंग किया, अंधाधुंध को पुट बटोरा, पी बटोरने के बाद क्या हुआ, वंस द रेंज ब्रोक आउट, दे गॉट स्क्रूड बैडली, एंड that is where, in fact, we were also on the we had also sold the call, but the moment we got a candle, 5-minute candle closing above the range, we switched the side to PE selling. And then when we saw the HDFC coming near the resistance zone of 1610, that is where we initiated Bank Nifty shots. So you have to have some strategy, you have to have some ideas in place, and accordingly, just try to think in that perspectives. For example, if we are, if instead of selling that CE 18,950 CE, I think, or 17,950 call, अगर हमने naked PE buy किया होता तो we would have lost 25-30% of your capital on that trade. But fortunately, we had sold options, so we hardly lost around 3,700 or 4,000 rupees in that trade. So this is very, very interesting that weekly expiries are in place so that you can target 3-4% in a week, and it's not that difficult. Okay, which strike prices to choose? I will show you how to choose the strike prices. And do I know 100% which strike price will work out? It's 100% no. Nobody in this market knows where the market is going to go. किसी को नहीं पता है, ठीक है? Choosing a stock price is more probability and statistics and identifying the trend. ठीक है? Sorry, a stock price is strike price. Actually, choosing a strike price is more of probability and statistics and identifying the trend. Understanding the trend can be done with the macros like PVC or Maxfin currency rate. And अभी तो सबसे अच्छा tool अपने पास है active strike prices. जो OI में हम active strike prices देखते हैं, these all things are combined, represented by that active strike prices. So it's now not very relevant. We can use the trending OI strikes and try to see where the biggies are deploying their capital. Okay. Now choosing out of the money just below the highest number of C and P written are the safest bet. What I mean here is, for example, if there is a strike price where the maximum number of calls are written or maximum number of puts are written. If there is a strike price, for example, at 18,200 maximum number of calls are written, तो आप 18,300 का, 400 का, 500 का call बेच सकते हो. Why? Because there is huge number of call written at that particular strike price. On the side of PE, okay, what is happening is they have sold maximum number of puts. So it will be very difficult for the market to break that support. Okay? So let's take an example. अभी तक जो बोला वो समझ में आ रहा है क्या गाइस? Any questions so far? So for example, when I say where is the maximum, so this is a very helpful website. Okay, so आप यहाँ पे है ना, सारा का सारा आप देख सकते हो कि निफ्टी, बैंक निफ्टी में कौन से स्ट्राइक प्राइस पे मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ कॉल राइटिंग हुआ है, कौन से नंबर ऑफ पे मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ. इफ यू सी एट दिस स्ट्राइक प्राइस, ये जो सबसे बड़ा टावर है, where is the maximum number of put written? 42,000. So if the maximum number of puts are written at 40,000, it is quite safe to sell, something the strike price is below 42,000. So maybe you can sell 41,500, 41,000 P and take benefit of the trade opportunities. On the upside, if you see the maximum number of calls are written at 42,500 and 43,000. So if the market trend is bearish, you can sell 43,000 call. So जहां पे भी सबसे ज्यादा पुट रहे हैं, but if you see the tower size of PE in comparison to the tower of C, it is quite obvious that the biggies have sold more P than the C. So the trend is obviously biased, and they had a fair view of the HDFC Bank result. So maybe tomorrow we open up positively and we head towards the 42,500 marks or 42,400. Okay, so this is how you identify the range for the market, and this is the overall OI. So if you see at 42,000, almost 31 lakh put writers are sitting at the moment. So when I in this slide, when I said that identify the strike, choosing OTM option just below the highest number of C and PE written. So this is the highest number of PE written levels, and this is the maximum number of CE written. But to play it safe and based on the trend, 43,000 call would be a better bet to go short, and on the downside 41,500 or 41,000 could be a safer bet. Okay, this is very very important. So how to identify which strike price? मैंने भाई ठीक है ट्रेंड तो पता चल गया, और when I know I have understood the trend that market is bullish or bearish. Even the FPS can give you a very clear picture. For example, FPS gave you इधर पे देखो 17,850 में FPS ने buy signal आपको दे दिया. So you know the market is bullish now. So if the market is bullish, which strike you could sell? So go to the go to the Nifty instead of Bank Nifty, go to Nifty and see where the maximum number of puts are written. So if you see the maximum number of puts are written here at 17,800 and 17,900. So anything below 17,800 and 900 you can. So if you sold 17,700 P, that's quite okay. You could do that. ये समझ में आया मैं क्या बोला? दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड एक्चुअली. ये आपको एक दिन का देखना है, ये ओवरऑल नहीं देखने बोला. जस्ट सी द चेंज दैट हैपेंड ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर डे वेयर यू आर डूइंग इंट्राडे. सो इफ देयर इज 17,800 and 17,900 का पी राइटिंग हुआ है, then it is very safe to sell 17,700 P. You can easily sell that. Okay, and how to identify the trend? You can use the FPS to identify the trend. After giving this buy signal from 17,850, it went up to 18,000, almost 150 points. ठीक है. सो आपको वो ट्रेंड का पता FPS से चल जाएगा, फाडू बाय सेल सिग्नल से, एंड चूजिंग द स्ट्राइक प्राइस यू कैन डू बेस्ड ऑन दिस. ठीक है. एनी क्वेश्चंस अराउंड दिस? Had it been a sell signal, अगर ये sell signal होता तो आप क्या देखते हैं? मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ कॉल राइटिंग कहाँ से? 18,200. So you can sell 18,300. On the other hand, this also gives you a very good idea. So if you see which P or C they are writing, so if you see all of them are selling P, so आप भी P sell करो. Everyone is selling 17,900, 17,800, 200, 700. Everyone is selling P. If everyone is selling P, definitely the market has to go up. है ना? You could also choose any of the strike prices based on your risk appetite. ठीक है? Is this clear? Any questions around this? Okay, if not, let's talk about the strategies. ठीक है? The most profitable strategy are spreads. ठीक है? Because they give you the biggest, returns with the hedge in place. ठीक है? आप hedge भी करते हो और आपको रिटर्न्स भी देता है, तो सबसे बेस्ट स्ट्रेटजीज आर स्प्रेड्स टू गिव द गुड अमाउंट ऑफ. या देव.
Yeah, good morning, Vinay. Happy Pongal to all of you. My question is, when we are bullish, so is it a good idea to create a bullish spread like buying the ATM call and CE and selling the OTM CE, or is it correct idea to go for bullish spread in the direction of PE, like selling the ATM put and buying the OTM put, which is good?
Yeah, I will show you exactly what you just said. Okay, so let's say we were bullish. Okay, we were bullish. Let's say Nifty, and we were trading options, and let's say we want to deploy a bull call spread. Okay, So 19 January expiry, and let's say you bought 17,900 call when we got a Kadu buy signal, and you bought a call, and let's say you sold 18,200 call maybe, or what would have been your trade like? 18,200 is a decent because you want to get some benefit if the trade goes against you. Okay? So now this is your bull call spread, right? This is your bull call spread. Now you need to see here your break even point. What is your break even? 1883. So only if this is sell, right? This is sell. Yeah. Perfect. Now this is a bull call spread. You bought a at the money call and you sold out of the money call.
Yes.
And so your break even here is 1829. Correct? And what is your probability of profit? 40% roughly.
Yeah.
Right? So your break even is 1829 and your probability of profit is making 40%. Keep these two things in mind. Okay.
Okay.
Let me open a new tab. Okay. Now let's take another option. And this is 19. And what we decided was we will sell 17,700 P. Okay, which has very less juice, so maybe let's say 17,800 P maybe, and we sell this, and we buy 17,700 P just to play safe. We buy this. Cool. So this is a bear call spread. Sorry, bull put spread. This is a
Yes.
This is a bull put spread. What is your probability of profit? Almost 74%. And what is your break even? So this is the statistical edge that you have if you're deploying a bull put spread. समझा आपने? You just compare for yourself. Yeah, definitely you will make less money. There is no doubt about that. You will make less money. But the probability and your break even is something which you need to bank upon.
Okay. Thank you.
So this is the difference. So if only if Nifty goes above, only if Nifty goes above 1829 shall you be profitable. But in this case, even if Nifty goes up to 17,764, you will still make money by it.
Okay.
So this is the biggest difference. Yeah, definitely the returns are limited, 5.77%, which is not bad at all. Here your returns can be anything.
So if you
Your
are
returns will be
deploying
like
more money, like, sorry to interrupt you. If you are if you are taking more number of lots, then going for PEs is better. I mean, going opposite is better.
And the margin requirements are also not very huge. Okay, Deva. You deploy this 31,000 rupees and you're getting like 1,800 returns on one lot. So for example, if you deploy 4 lots, this translates to 7,000 rupees. 7,000 rupees on 2 lakh capital translates to 3.5%. Not bad. Let's assume 500 goes into STT and other expenses. Still 3,000 rupees, 7,000 rupees on the investment of 2 lakhs is 3.5% return, which is very decent, I would say.
Yes.
So focus on this 2%, 3%, 5% in a week. Not bad at all. And you can very fast compound your wealth.
Yeah.
So it was a very good question. And many people have this question. So you are bullish, you have two things to do. ठीक है, naked तो करना ही नहीं चाहिए. Honestly, if you are deploying like, if you're into scalp, naked is fine. Like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes trade. But you need to understand this, your break even and your probability of profit. If you know your pop and break even, you master, you are already at an edge with more than 70-80% traders. Because 70-80% are blindly buying call and put or blindly creating spreads without knowing the pop and without knowing the break even. So do you Deva, do you get the difference here? How it is?
You are the difference. I got the difference. Yeah, yes. So
Yeah,
I understood. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
yeah. So always try to play with the probability. Like the probability should be in your favor. So a
Okay.
74% probability is always better than
Novelty and
40%.
break-even point. Break-even point means
Yeah, break-even point is also very important factor
yeah. Yes.
because
Thank you.
this does not have any intrinsic value.
Yeah. Yes.
Sorry, it has 50 rupees intrinsic value, but 100 rupees is the time value which is present, which is causing the damage and which is causing the break even to be on the higher side.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, first thing is get hold of the trend. How do you get hold of the trend? You get hold of the trend from the FPS. You got a buy signal or you get a sell signal. Okay. So, initially we had a sell signal. We went on to the CE shots. The moment we got, we traded above this level. 17838 के ऊपर 5 मिनट का कैंडल क्लोज हुआ. This happened around here, and this is exactly where we reversed the side from FADU sell to FADU buy signal and started selling the PE instead of the C, booking the loss.
Yeah. And sorry to ask you. I think I don't know. I might have missed that. How to get this setup, like the FPS setup?
Yeah, when you joined, I have shared a message of a FAQ group. FAQ group FAQ group has that code. FAQ group, I will assist you. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it
Fine.
has the code and it also has all the details that you need.
Okay. Fine. Fine. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So you simply have to go to Python editor. Okay. Copy paste that code. Okay. And click on say add to chart and save that thing with a name.
We can say with any broker, right? Or we need to say with trading view
View
or
only.
okay. Okay. So
This
in
this
Zerodha,
works only with trading view.
can
No,
I
not
place
on
it
Zerodha.
in Zerodha trading view?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Very
So
soon you will. Very soon I will do that. Integrate with brokers. We are
okay.
in very last stages of deploying this strategy. So the moment you get buy signal, our algo will automatically start selling the P, and the moment you get sell signal, it will start selling the out of the money calls. So easy 2%, 1%, 2% ROI. Very soon you will hear from me
Okay. Okay.
on
So
that.
automatically bots will do.
Bots will do everything. You don't have to
Okay.
do any single
So
thing. You have to deploy everything.
can I have this setup on Zerodha manually? Like whenever I get a signal like
Unfortunately, no. This is not
okay.
a
Okay. So
limitation of, yeah. So
only
Zerodha is not
trading view means
supporting.
sorry to interrupt you. Does I need to track the subscription of trading view then for
No,
deploying
no.
this?
No, you can do it in free also.
Okay, fine. Thank you. If any doubts, I'll get back to you personally. Thank you.
Yeah, bindas. No problem.
Yes.
Okay. So I was talking about the strategies that are very, very profitable strategies, right? And I will tell you the strategies which these PR Sundar and many other people are charging a bomb. Okay. So let's see the range of the market. So on the upside, market has a range here at where is that range? Let me go to daily time frame so we get a better picture. Okay. So market has this range. On the downside, it is reversing from this zone 17,777. This is the daily chart. Okay. You see how many times it comes to this zone and reverses from. And on the upside, let's say it has a hurdle here at 18 to 63. So this is the strategy which is used by most of the people who are having very high capital trades. Okay, very, very high capital deployment. So if you see the resistance is sitting at 18,263 and support is sitting at 17,786. So what these guys do is, okay, I'll show you what this is called as strangles. Okay, these are called as strangles. So where is the resistance for the market? We just saw, right, for Nifty. Where is the resistance? The resistance is coming in here around 18,260. So what these guys do is basically they will, okay, where is the resistance? 18,260. So they will sell 18,500 call. Okay. And what they do is, where is the support for the market? Where is the support? 17,776. So what they will do is, they will sell 17,500 and P. Okay. Okay. I think 18,500 has very less juice, so maybe 18,400 would be their strategy. They target for 0.8 to 1% per week. Okay. So if you see, if you see what is their probability of making money, their probability of making money is 88%, and they are hardly targeting 0.81 rupee or 0.81%. With an investment of 1 lakh rupee, they want to make 780. So with investment of 10 lakh rupees, they will make 7,800 rupees, and with investment of say 1 crore, they will make 78,000 rupees. And with say 10 crores, this amount translates to 7,80,000. With 50 crores, it translates to 78 lakhs. Not 78, 35 lakhs approximately. So when you see that people on the Twitter, they make like this 780 per, or 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs. The first question you should be asking them, or you should be knowing, is what is the capital that they are deploying? They are interested with 1 to 2% income. If you want to go a little bit more aggressive, you can simply go to an 18,250 का modify कर दो, और नीचे की तरफ 17,600 maybe. You get a better ROI, 1.7%. And if you see your break even is around 17,500 and 18,280. And the moment one side range is broken, what they start is, they start increasing their call part, or they will start shifting to other strike price. So they are always in control. Okay. So this is a strategy where whenever they say, I am a systematic trader and non-directional trader. Non-directional means they don't care where the market is going, up or down. They have a range defined based on the support and resistance. So until and unless the expiry is between 17,500 and 18,284, they will definitely make. समझे क्या? So anyone who says that we are non-directional traders, this is what they deploy. A strangle. This is a strangle. Now, what is the difference between strangle and straddle? The difference between strangle and straddle is, okay, straddle has two D's, right? DD, double D, means both the strike prices are same in a straddle. Strangle has strike prices different. For example, 18,250 and 17,600 PE is somewhere the range for below which they are not expecting. But the straddle traders are the most aggressive, you would say. So the aggressive version of this strangle, people who are, there are other traders as well, as I was referring to Bandi Shreyas, Jitendra Jain, and a lot of traders who are trading straddles. Okay. So what is straddle? How do they identify the straddle? So the most important thing that you need to know to trade a straddle is the strike price where the maximum number of calls and puts are present. So it will not see 17,900. Okay, they will not see this because 79,000 pay maximum number of puts are, but they will see at which price both the call and put are maximum. So if you see, this is the strike where the PE is maximum and C is also on the higher side. So what these guys will do? These guys will sell 17,900 call, and they will also sell 17,900 put. Okay. So they are targeting, they have a decent, the trade strategy is not bad at all. What they are banking upon is, they are banking upon decay. For example, if you see call side has around, 155 rupee premium, and the put side has around 74 rupee premium. So they sell both CE and PE. And these guys are, this strategy works very well when the market is less volatile. Agar market volatile nahi hai, this strategy works like a charm. क्योंकि अगर मार्केट रेंज बाउंड रहेगी तो सी भी डिके करेगा, पी भी डिके करेगा, एंड दैट इज हाउ दे मेक मनी, एंड दैट इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट दे डू. So in the at 3:20, 3:25 they deploy this straddle, and exactly at 9:20 in the morning, the moment market turns out little bit flat, they exit with 2 to 3% ROI and they're done for the day. Rest of the day they will not at all trade, and then again come back at around 3:20. They will see at which strike prices the calls and puts have been the maximum, and if they find a strike price where the calls and puts are maximum, that is where they quickly deploy their strategy and then go in for the next trade. समझा क्या? So these guys make money if there is no volatility in the market. अगर मार्केट बहुत volatile है, इससे बैंक निफ्टी से like this strategy would be havoc for tomorrow. HDFC Bank का result था, so these guys would have not carried any strategies. Why? Because Bank Nifty can easily move 500, 600 points. So if Bank Nifty moves 500, 600 points, easily they will get slaughtered. So these guys try to trade when the market is not very volatile and they are profitable. They ensure that they get a good opportunity based on less volatility. Samjha? What is the difference between straddle and strangle? In the straddle, the strike prices are both the same. In a strangle, the strike prices are different. Clear? Hai? And how do they make, when they make money? They will make money if the market is sideways. So this strategy is to be deployed when you are sideways. A bull put spread when you are bullish. A bear call spread when you are bearish. Okay? And as Deva was asking the question, these are the strategies which are one of the or some of the most profitable strategies for the market. Any questions around there? No? Okay. So try to play with the strategies, guys. You know, थोड़ा थोड़ा पैसा consistently कमाने पे focus करो, 10,000, 20,000, 5,000, depending upon your capital, and you will start enjoying the process honestly. You will love the process, and that is how you make consistent money in the market. Okay? So this is what I wanted to share about the option selling and strategies that you can use effectively to make money. Okay? And naked option buying तो मैं mostly avoid ही करता हूँ because of the until and unless it's a scalp trade. Okay? Any other questions or anything that you are currently struggling with? Okay, if not, I'll end the session and talking about the Bank Nifty and Nifty levels, I will share it tomorrow before the market.
Sir,
Okay? Yeah, Abhi.
yeah, one question, sir. I asked about that Balaxi. Like, can we hold that for long term?
Yeah, let's do the fundamental analysis also.
Mhm.
Actually,
Yeah, so
Balaji
in
mein na, every day I'm getting a lot of alerts on our this thing. FPS alerts, if you see, na, we are continuously getting a lot of buy signals. So, you know, its high was in 9th October 2020, which made a high of 945. So company is doing everything right at the moment. It has reduced the debt. It has debt free. It is expected to give quarter. ROE is also very, very good, kya, extremely good, and everything looks too good to be honest. Okay, so promoter holding is decent. They have not decreased anything. They have not pledged it. Market cap is around 580 crores. Assets are around 55. Inventory debt is almost negligible. Debt to equity is 102. Decent cash flows bhi hai. ROC, ROE are very, very good. So there is nothing wrong with the company I see by sales, you know, from 13 lakhs in 2019 is currently 86 crores, which is like almost 6x. and the profit from 1 crore to 15 crore is like 14x, 15x. Operating margin has been consistent. It saw a fall after the corona, I think in March 22, but again bouncing back. What is the other income? Let's see. Other income normal is around 4 crores. और क्या चाहिए भाई? Fundamentals तो look extraordinary. I mean, this looks like a multi-bagger material. Huh? Why it's very good. Why? I mean, none of them talk about fundamentals, talk about technicals. Everything looks very good. So you can hold on. I feel it should retest its high of 900 soon.
Okay.
यहाँ पे heavy buying हुई and now the retails are existing. Maybe it tests 550 zone and again it will bounce back sharply towards the 900. Everything looks good, very good, honestly. Maybe it is in. Did it come in Fado multi-baggers as well?
No. From that screens, you have that script to get that
Why it is there in Fado multi-bagger? Why it is there in Fado
Yeah,
multi-bagger?
this one, right? Yeah, this script only I used. So I was looking at the fundamentals of this stock, so this one seemed good actually.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good, honestly. Until and unless management is doing anything fishy, there is nothing that it can stop it from, hitting the 100 crore, sorry, 1,000 crore market cap, which means the price should around the 1,000, 1,100.
Okay.
Yeah.
So around 10-20% of our capital we can invest, right, in this investment.
No, but not more than 10% in any stock, irrespective kitna bhi acha. Even if it is Reliance or even if it is DMart, कुछ भी किसी भी stock में not more than 10%.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. ठीक है ना, it's very good actually. Honestly, everything looks so good. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye. Happy Makar Sankranti, Pongal, and Pihu, and Dori to everyone. Take care of yourself and enjoy. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy Makar
And
Sankranti.
Nifty Bank Nifty, yeah, Nifty Bank Nifty levels I will share it tomorrow morning before the market opens. Okay. Bye.